This is Top Accolade African News Updates. I am Soibifa Jagrich. The Kenyan High Court has blocked the government from deploying police officers to fight gangs in Haiti. The judge argued that the deployment would be illegal as the National Security Council lacks the legal authority to send police outside Kenya. He added that the council can only deploy armed forces for peacekeeping missions such as Haiti. Last year, Kenya had volunteered to lead a multinational security force in Haiti to quell gang violence. Haitian Prime Minister Ariel last year asked the UN to urgently deploy a multinational force. He said his government had been overwhelmed by gangs who controlled 80% of the capital, Port-au-Prince. The UN Security Council backed Kenya's offer to lead the force, and Kenyan lawmakers went on to approve the deployment. Ekuru Aukot, an oppositional leader who brought the case, said this was a win for Kenya and that the country could not afford to spare officers before tackling its own security challenges. Mr. Aukot added that President William Ruto was only using the deployment to prop up his international image and seek favor with Western countries like the US. President Ruto said Kenya has an impressive record of participating in peace support missions around the world. He added that the deployment would enable officers to improve and sharpen their skills and experience in providing security. Prior to the ruling, the West African bloc has angered Niger after it cancelled its negotiation mission to the country because of technical problems with the plane that was supposed to take most of the delegation from the Nigerian capital, Abuja, to Niamey. The Prime Minister appointment by Niger's military regime criticized ECOWAS, an alliance of West African countries, for bad faith after only Togo attended. A statement from ECOWAS explained that their absence was not meant as a snub to the military-led country, but rather because of technical problems with the aircraft the Commission had chartered for the flight from Abuja to Niamey. The West African bloc said it would reschedule the mission as soon as possible. ECOWAS has imposed tough sanctions on Niger since a coup toppled President Mohamed Bazoum last July. It has demanded the release of President Bazoum several times since he was put under house arrest. The bloc has also threatened military intervention and suspended all trade ties to the landlocked country. Niger's junta hoped the meeting would help ease diplomatic relations with the ECOWAS countries. A Kenyan court has dealt a blow to the government, rejecting its appeal against a temporary block on a controversial housing tax. In November, the High Court found that 1.5% monthly levy unfairly targeted Kenyans working in the formal sector and ordered payments to halt. On Friday, the Court of Appeal ruled that citizens should stop paying the tax until the case is decided. The government had wanted to carry on collecting the tax in the meantime. President Ruto has vowed to press ahead with the project regardless, claiming to have public support that was tantamount to an endorsement from God. Kenya's government had begun deducting 1.5% of the gross salaries of locals and foreigners last July to fund construction of affordable houses for low-income earners. The levy sparked an outcry from the opposition and a large section of Kenyans who feel burdened by the rafts of taxes introduced under President William Ruto. The government had argued that suspending the levy would render thousands of workers under the housing program jobless and breach contracts that had already been signed. Many Kenyans are relieved by the judgment, although the Court of Appeal is yet to make its final decision. The ruling comes a week after the appeal court gave the go-ahead for a controversial healthcare insurance levy, which will require people to contribute 2.75% of their monthly salaries to a social healthcare program. The housing levy case is one of the petitions that have created a rift between the judiciary and executive, with President Ruto accusing allegedly corrupt judges of colluding with the opposition to sabotage national development projects. Friday's ruling was one of two on the same day to go against the government. The High Court also ruled that Kenya could not send police officers to Haiti to tackle gang violence there. A Ethiopia's long-serving Deputy Prime Minister Demeke Mekonnen is stepping down from his prominent position within the governing Prosperity Party, PP. The announcement was made during the ongoing convention of the PP's Central Committee. Mr. Demeke, who also serves as the country's foreign minister, will also depart from his ministerial position, local media are reporting. The politician hails from the country's Amhara region that has been blighted by armed forces conflict for the past 6 months. He has been Deputy Prime Minister since 2012 and as such has been a point of continuity as the country went through political upheavals. He became Foreign Minister in 2020. Temesgen Tirune, the head of the intelligence service, has been elevated to Deputy Chair of the PP and according to reports could be appointed to Mr. Demeke's ministerial positions. Further change are expected as the party's convention progresses. That is the size of top accolade African news updates. You can follow us on our social media platforms as displayed on your screen. Happy Friday.